Are we starting already?
Yep. That's all you.
All right, welcome to Wes is the Best Show. My name is Wes Lefevre. This is Andrew.
Andrew Bell.
I regret to inform you that Andrew's been dead for 3 days.
3 days. I look like...
We brought him in anyway. We propped him up. We have a puppeteer working very diligently above him. Today we're going to have Josh Hall on the show. He's going to talk to us about his experiences down in Houston, working with the Hurricane Harvey victims and all the Proud Boys efforts down there. Talk about their adventures, their experiences, and problems, and everything they got going down there. They did a lot of work down there, helped a lot of people out. We had a lot of DFW guys go down there. A lot of the Houston guys contributed, obviously. So hopefully we'll get him up and talking pretty soon. And,
so, let's play our intro.
Let's go. And welcome back. Here it is. Thursday morning is September 14th.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful
gorgeous.
day.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, had a great week. We're going to be talking today with Joshua Hall. We're going to have him phone in. Our original guest canceled last minute, but the show must go on.
The show has to go on.
So let's take it away. Do we have Josh ready, or?
Mr. Hall, are you joining us today? Yes? Hello? Woo, that was loud.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, brother.
We got you.
Okay. Yeah, we just don't see anything that's going on. It's literally a still motion. So what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. How's the weather down there?
Oh, today is well, blue skies and no clouds from what I can see.
It's good. It's good. So is there still a lot of flooding down there? I mean, it's still. I mean, I know shit's obviously got to be fucked up still.
Shit's, but the water's out. You know, if there's flooded areas, I don't know about it. Yesterday, I was on the road doing business all day, and I didn't run into any waters at all.
Right on. So, so I guess just tell me about. Let's talk about what y'all got going down there. Y'all use flat bottom boats and stuff to go around, and.
Well, it's actually thanks to one of your guys. I came down.
Yeah.
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have had a boat at all. Probably the day prior to them coming down, I was able to get this old man had a boat, and we were able to get him with us and roll through Memorial Drive, because Memorial Drive was completely fucked, man. The water was up to like the high levels of their first floors. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So we took his boat and started pulling people out of their houses and doing stuff like that. People who had needed inhalers or medicines for whatever they needed.
Yeah. How high was the water? Were these people like on their roofs?
It could have gotten to that point. I mean, when I was in the water, about up to my nipples.
Mm.
Are you guys constructing an ark?
So that would be just a little bit over Tim Kelly's head.
Shots fired.
I've contemplated an arc, being that I am also gone through Katrina. So, I should have foreseen this event, but I was definitely better prepared this time than I was during Katrina.
Didn't they say that it had more water and more impact than Katrina for this one?
Actually, Katrina hit at a Cat 3 when it touched land, and this one hit at a Cat 4.
So do people do just Texans complain less, or is it?
That pretty much is, Texans are less dependent on government assistance, and I'll be completely honest with you. Law enforcement, other than A1 when we started, was completely uncooperative. They did not want to play ball with us. Even, I was with the guard until pretty recently. Yeah, and the guard, they had us on stand-down orders until Saturday.
And that's one thing that I heard a lot was like people speaking on the news and online and stuff, that they were in their homes stranded alone. There's no help from anybody. It was just fellow Texans pulling them out of their houses and helping out. So
that's 100% real. I mean, the constables, the precinct in my area for the constable's office was actually pretty responsive to our effort trying to get people out of their homes, especially near where I live. So less than a mile down the road, off of Cypresswood Drive, it was completely underwater. People were on the second level of their apartment buildings and all that stuff, bunking up in other people's apartments. And if it weren't for just people coming from everywhere with boats, most of those people probably would have been stranded.
So what was the National Guard doing down there? I know a lot of people got deployed. Actually, a coworker of mine was activated and deployed down there. So what were they doing? I mean, I understand Houston is a huge city. I mean, I'm sure they were. There's just so much to do.
What's the population in Houston?
It's almost 7 million.
It's a lot. And would you know, like percentage-wise, people affected?
It was about 80% of the city, to be completely honest with you.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty. I got lucky. Yeah, where I was, my wife picked a pretty good house when we were house shopping. We got like a foot and a half of water in our backyard, and when I saw it sting over our back deck, I literally jumped in the water and pulled off this manhole cover that's in my backyard so the water would start going in. And the side of my house has like a little small sinkhole that goes over to the street where our drainage pipes were because there was just too much water for the pipes to handle.
Hey, well, you weren't like none of the infrastructure of the city, like the sewers and the drains and all that stuff. It's not used to that much rain, so obviously it doesn't work. I grew up in the desert, and when it rains at least a little bit, the streets are flooded all the way up to the sides.
Right. You know, and we got really lucky where I was, but just like a half a mile down the road, my neighbors are completely messed up. And you know, what was it? Monday night. Watching the news, and after I saw that, you know, the rain got really bad Monday night, but I noticed that the water wasn't really rising in our backyard, so I just sat down with my wife and look, I need to start doing something. I couldn't just sit around and do nothing anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got together with Rory, our former chapter president, who ended up move because his house was completely destroyed. I got with him and we just started organizing, and then we got these guys were a part of it. Mike actually got flooded too, and we literally just band together and we started. You know, the first day was, you know, really big on just trying to help people in Rory's neighborhood because Rory was completely underwater. So you know, Ian, you know, the Pope, he was down there with us helping, you know, get this old man to his house with supplies, and we actually tried to wait for him so we could pull him out, and he ended up staying, which, you know, from what I found out, he's fine.
Okay.
So, you know, that was good. We walked through his neighborhood just doing wellness checks. That day we didn't have any weapons on us because the rain was still pretty bad, so there was no reports of looting at that time.
Did y'all run into any looters or any problems like that?
So day 2, which was we got reports of looters taking boats and going through the parts of his neighborhood further back that were, you know, being looted. So it was, I think, 9 or 10 of us that literally we grabbed our weapons, we went there after kind of running around for a bit between Katy. So we ended up evacuating my in-laws out of Katy because the reservoir, they were starting to release water out of the reservoir. And so parts of Katy, like Cinco Rancheria and stuff like that, were completely like underwater. So we ended up having to go and pick them up at a school, and I housed them out for about a week until they went back. So we went to that neighborhood afterwards where we met up with one of these San Antonio guys, Sam, and we all rolled out. You know, first street we went down had obvious signs of looting. So it was very apparent to us that, you know, the police weren't doing anything. The police were just staging. And when we walked into the neighborhood, there were people who were definitely apprehensive about a group of guys with weapons going into the flooded areas. But, you know, we let them know, hey, we're just going there to make sure looting doesn't happen.
Wasn't there a picture of you with a police officer and like 4 guys like knee deep in water next to the old school military truck or whatever?
Yeah, it was a 5-ton vehicle that they rolled up with, and they were actually up on us to make sure we weren't looters at first. And when we told them what they were doing, what we were doing, they actually gave their blessing for us to continue doing what we were doing. And we did that until the sun started going down and it started getting dark. So we had, when we were leaving the neighborhood, we had to use a flashlight I just happened to have in my bag to be able to see high ground.
So that old dinky military truck was the Houston Police Department's.
That was the sheriff's office.
That's crazy. They had that on standby. I think it's kind of funny. Only in
I'm
Texas,
pretty
right?
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what they did is they probably went to the National Guard Armory off of I-45 and got it from there, because they don't really just have it sitting precinct. It was probably something where they
Well, I didn't see that
commandeer it.
particular picture. Was it like old deuce and a half or?
Yeah, it was a 5-ton, because deuce and a half couldn't go through that much water.
Oh, okay.
Well, Mr. Hall, thank you for joining us. It's been an incredible experience. Thank you to you and the service of your men going out there helping people.
Yeah,
Really
you guys
appreciate it.
fucking made us proud, man.
Man, I'm proud of your chapter for fucking coming out and doing, a lot of stuff. I mean, it was great seeing you guys down here actually helping out, because the other chapters, I sent a few guys, but it was almost the chapter that came down to help out.
Well, yeah, that's definitely a big shout out to J.L. Van Dyke. He was the one who brought his boat down there. The
Mitchell Lester,
There's
Nick
SS
DiCarlo,
Uhuru, Mitchell went down there.
Chase,
Yeah,
Chase,
Nick DiCarlo.
a lot of those guys.
Ash Small was there.
Ashmus.
Oh, I didn't know Ash went down there. Awesome.
He did. Yep,
I like Ash.
he did.
He's a good egg.
All right, Mr. Hall, we're gonna have to cut you loose. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. I love you to death, even
Yeah,
though I
we're,
just met you.
Pressed for time. Yeah, man, we'll definitely have you call back for sure. Keep us updated.
All right, man. Love you more than a friend.
Yes, sir. Proud of your boy.
See you later.
Boy. Uhuru.
So, what else do we have on the docket that we need to get to today?
I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy down there, though. I didn't know that they'd run into the police like that.
Yeah, I was talking to a lady who was sharing with me that her husband was in the hospital. I think you know who I'm talking about. He apparently the Houston hospital that my friend was in, they ran out of food, so they had to be creative. Like they were like people you would imagine like if you're in a hospital you're safe, right? But no, like they were running out of food and they had to like scrape things together.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. It shows you like exactly like how fragile society is. I mean,
That's true.
groceries disappear like that. I mean, I can't even imagine how bad it was down there. Even here in Fort Worth, or where I live in Fort Worth, as soon as there was just even word of like a possible gas shortage,
Snow.
I mean, even still, the gas stations near my house don't have. There's several that don't have any gas still.
What happened with you getting gas? You couldn't join us on the show multiple times because you couldn't.
because
find
my
gas.
car only takes premium gas because I'm very rich and drive a very nice car. No,
Because we're white.
my car.
I'm not white.
It's very picky about the kind of gas it takes, and I guess the premium and the super or supreme was taken instantly. All that was left was regular gas. I know some people that went and bought regular gas and then added octane boosters to their car. I didn't think of that because I'm not a car guy.
Is that the only difference between premium and unleaded
It's
gas?
just higher octane.
Okay, that makes
Cleaner,
sense, I guess.
And I don't know. It has additives in it and stuff.
Like vitamins?
But
Car
yeah, I
vitamins?
drove around for like 2 hours that day looking for gas and ended up just parking my car and going getting day drunk. And
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I was jealous. I was here doing a very boring show without you, trying to figure it out. But I basically I was telling you this a little bit earlier. I woke up today at 5:30 today because I'm a crazy person for no reason, and I saw this interesting article, and I think AJ has it. It was on Good Morning America, I believe it was, the one with Matt Lauer, whatever his face. They were talking about a concept called "You Date the Frog, Not the Prince." And so basically the whole concept is the University of researchers at the University of Florida found that when men date women or are with women that are more attractive than they are, the woman is more happy and the man is more happy. So basically what that is, and you can tell me your opinion on this in
So you're
just one
telling me
second.
that guys that date hot chicks are happy?
Well, obviously, but hot chicks are even happier, and this is why, because when a woman is more, and I think like you were saying this earlier, the woman should be more attractive than the man.
Absolutely, yeah. The woman should be the pretty one in the relationship.
Yes.
I
So
think that's why I see a lot of guys that are like, especially in the area that I work and live in, there's lots of guys that are like gym rat, like meathead, Jersey Shore guys, working out 6 times a day, have six packs, all that stuff like that. But they still don't exactly kill it with the ladies, because I don't think women are really necessarily that attracted to guys like that. Women,
I think like
women would be feel really insecure when they're with guys like that, because they want to be the pretty one. They don't want some guy that's like
there's not much substance to it.
It's kind of eyebrows and shit, manscapes, and
I think girls want a one night stand with those guys because off the bat they go, oh, he's big and strong, he could provide for me at like a very rudimentary level. So here it is, the date the frog, not the prince. And basically what this talks about is when the woman is more attractive than the man, she's happier and he's happier because he knows that he can't just go out and find a girl that's hotter than she is easily, so he makes up for it by being extra nice and extra affectionate, and that makes her happy because that's what women emotionally need to be happy.
Down.
Exactly. So with women, they found that if the man is more attractive than the woman, she experiences significantly heightened levels of insecurity where she's like, oh, I need a diet, or I'm too fat, or this and that. And he knows that he's more attractive than her, and he knows he can go get it. And men are usually in a position of authority and dominance in a relationship for the most part. And it kind of like works out that way for a reason. I guess the dice land one way when you roll it through hundreds of millions of years of evolution. But no, they found, and it's hilarious because Good Morning America, like all those dudes are like super staunch, hardcore left people, right? I mean, they're not like obviously pro-communist, but they may be in their closet, but we'll see. But no, I just thought it was interesting that they would say that on daytime television. In the morning, they'd be like, hey, hot girls, you need to have some realistic expectations here.
And obviously the whole date the frog thing is a racist dog whistle for supporters of
Pepe.
Pepe. I
Yeah,
mean,
Pepe,
what else
right?
could they possibly mean?
Pepe.
So date the frogs. You see a guy wearing a
Pepe lapel pin? Yeah.
Which I did. I bought for the show. I bought a lapel of Smug Pepe, and I didn't realize that, or didn't think at the time, that Pepe's green as well as our backdrop. So
yeah, we're not in this glamour studio.
Right,
there's a green screen, like right here. I'm touching it. You can't tell, but this is a multi-million-dollar studio operation that we have going on here. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like for me, maybe in my relationships in the past, that I've dated women that are about my level of attractiveness. And it's so funny. Now I just remember this. So in the poll, they pulled up, this is like impromptu, they pulled up pictures of all the people on Good Morning America, all the men, and it showed them with their wives, and all of their wives were hotter than they were.
Well, I mean, they also work for major television.
It's true. That's true. But they pulled up the women, and all of the women, the men, were uglier than they were.
Oh, wow.
Like, coincidence. Hilarious. It was like, bro. I thought it was hilarious. But no, like, I feel like with me, and it was interesting, the way that they defended it, the men were like, of course my wife's hotter than I am. I want her to be. And then all the women were like, guys, I think that we need to be, I think we're all like equal levels of attractiveness here, and this and this and that. And it's like, okay, you know you're hotter than him, you're just trying to be nice. Thank you, sweetheart. But I found that in my relationships, I've dated girls that have been about my level of attractiveness. How about you? Have you dated like girls that have exponentially been more attractive, or ugly girls, or?
I usually date a little bit out of my league. I'm really good at lying to women, so they find me more attractive than I am. No, I think that attractiveness is definitely subjective when it comes to men and women. I think that women are attracted to different things. Very few women are like, I mean, I'm not going to say very few. Obviously, there has to be some level of physical attractiveness, but of course, women want to be able to have a guy that's actually like smart, can hold a conversation, that can make them laugh. That's a huge one.
Huge.
They want to be able to, I don't know, feel safe, feel pretty, feel complimented, be able to want to talk.
But you don't have to lie to do that, do you?
Oh, no, that was a joke.
Oh, no, I know. I was just qualifying.
That, I don't know, I think that they're attracted to different things. Like, I mean, a guy who's well dressed and, like, shit. I grew a beard and got tattoos because that's what women like. Before that, I didn't do too great with the ladies.
But see, that's the thing.
Started dressing nicer, started fixing my hair nicer, and went and got a cooler car.
I think that most of everything in society is driven by sex, and I think that's a good thing. But I think that because it puts women in a position of power where they can go, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and then guys just line up, and the girls get whatever they want, and that's the way society should be. As a man, I think that. But like we're dressed nice. Like this is lingerie for women. All these dudes walking around in cargo shorts and take like a Marvel Comics T-shirt. It's like, bro, like who do you think you're gonna pull down wearing that?
Like, peacock a little.
It's like, okay, bro. Like I don't understand that. But yeah, no, I I don't know. People are crazy. I think that a lot of stuff is driven in society by sex. I heard this quote that was from, I guess House of Cards. What it was, Frank Underwood. He said, "Everything is about sex, except for sex. Sex is about power." And I think it's interesting where you're able to be like, it's like a Mexican standoff with someone when you see them. It's like, hey, I'm hot, I'm hot. You do like, you want to like do this, or it's weird. People interact weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of nicer things, I need to get a nicer pen. You have a really nice pen.
I have a gold-plated cross pen. I lost my sterling silver one that matched it. It comes in a little case. I had a gold one, and it's a mechanical pencil, and it has the pen.
I'm using a Bic that you handed me right before the show started because before that I was using a pencil I found on the ground.
And it was sharpened on both ends.
It was sharp on both ends. So
That's hilarious. But no, hey, I'm a libertarian, all right? I'm right down the center, sir. But no, I while they were watching the news, they talked about some Trump stuff. Apparently, he was supposed to. Apparently, last night the news was that he had reached an agreement with Democrats. Thank you for bringing this up. Who said that? Who said that? Travis? Who is this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Travis. Apparently, Mr. Trump and his Trumpenreich had reached an agreement with Democrats last night on suspending or limiting DACA or this and that and the border security, all this and stuff. And which doesn't even sound in his character and anything he said for the past 2 years, basically. So then this morning, like literally 30 minutes later, they're like, oh yeah, that was just complete bullshit, and he's not moving on anything. Because he tweeted, he was like, hey, I'm not going to... Oh, it's right here. Democrats agree to DACA and Trump denies it. So he basically said, screw you. So basically they're lying, smoke and mirrors. Yeah, Trump's totally cool with it. He told us he was going to work out a deal. We have a video? Can we pull this up? Boop.
Ugh. Border security.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's what exactly what I was talking about. AJ is amazing. He pulled it up in like 2 seconds. But I had this thought after seeing that this morning. I thought about the natural disasters and everything that's going on, the difference between conservatives and Democrats. I find myself in the center, so I agree with some of what both sides are saying. But natural disasters, I found, show who's liberal and who's conservative, because when something bad happens, I find that the conservative people... Hang on. As soon as a bad natural disaster happens or something, which no one can prevent, that just happens out of nowhere, right? People will go, there's this horrible thing, we all need to give money. And then everyone goes, yeah, that makes sense. And then the conservatives go, if you give, you're a good person. And that's where it ends. But on the Democrat side, they go, if you don't give, you're a bad person. And I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, obviously, there's a bit of truth to that. But I think if you have the means to give and you feel it upon your heart to give, you should give. But I don't feel like forcing people or guilting people into give is a good thing either. What do you think?
No, absolutely not. And I mean, it kind of goes back to thing like people who disagree where their tax dollars go and all that stuff. I wish you could like spend or choose where that money's spent. You know, like which programs.
Yeah, no, I agree. I am, like I said, I'm a libertarian, so like I think we should shut the entire government down, and the federal government's job should only be to protect us from other people, and everybody local should decide their own stuff. Anything that's privatized is bloated and slow and too much money. So I found that the less money someone has, the better they perform.
Yeah.
Because they need it. They're always on their game. They have to be the best because they need it. When you have a bunch of money, you don't need it. You're lazy or whatever.
It's just like have and go like just an example that.
Can we get Chase Grant on the phone? Chase Grant, can we get him on the phone?
Yeah, he just I sent him the code. It goes back to I've had several. Okay.
We're about to get Chase Grant on the phone.
Go ahead. Big Chase. Cool.
Are you ready to sing him a new coat?
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready.
Most of the people's problem with libertarianism, people go, who would build the roads?
Can you message me the code?
Who, like, the hospitals? Who would take care of the children in the hospitals? It doesn't even make sense. I think that if we privatize everything, obviously we would be able to run things more efficiently for less money. But the deal is, obviously, where do they get the money to find it privately? It's like, obviously, you give them tax dollars. But you just redirect it in a place where there's contract where people obviously continually have to fight for stuff. That's a good system. It's a little crony capitalistic, and I don't like it. But it's probably the least, it's stupid and evil, but it's the least stupid and evil solution that would bring a benefit to our cause. Because like school buses are like 9,000 years old and they're dangerous, and like everything the government touches, they just fuck it up, basically.
Yeah. Sorry. And I mean, that's just government on any level. I mean, any level. You go see how disorganized anything from the DMV to the tax office to anything you have to go to downtown. Just how shitty and old it is. Even in Fort Worth, where I live, I have to go down to the courthouse every once in a while to pay some fines. And I mean, the fucking paint is chipping off the walls in this place. I mean, they can't even slap a fresh coat of paint on these. If this was a privatized building, it would look nice on the inside.
They wouldn't
have like horrible fluorescent lighting, and I mean,
the people are mean as shit too. Everyone's mean as hell. And when it's a private company, like look at Chick-fil-A. They're like, screw you, we're going to be closed on Sunday because we're conservative and we want our employees to go to church. And then everyone's like, well, they kind of like they don't like gay people or something, so I won't eat their sandwiches.
I think that was about the owner or president or whatever. He
Isn't
made a
it his
statement.
daughter or something?
Well, no, he made a statement about how he believes in traditional marriage and doesn't really support gay marriage. Ooh, so we can't eat his chicken.
Hang on, guys. So we're having problems with Chase Grant on the phone. We may or may not be able to get him. We're having some latency issues, but we're working it out as we speak, which is not going to be an issue. I'm having problems seeing the live chat. I used to be able to on my cellular device. Thanks, Samsung. I can't see it anymore. But, oh well. I guess I'm going to refresh it and see if I can see what these people are yelling at us about, because it'd be interesting to interact with people that are talking about us, which would be
I wish
nice.
we could get that on our monitor.
Hang on, gentlemen. What's good, West?
I know. I
What's
unfortunately
good?
use an iPhone, so none of those features are available to me. I can watch live, but I can't see any comments unless I'm on a desktop. But that's the way Apple
Maybe
goes.
we need tablets. We need tablets. Who wants to donate tablets? We have
I have a tablet.
tablets.
I got a tablet
I
right
know,
here.
but they're not charged and they never work.
Yeah.
Justin Dunn.
Fucking done.
But yeah, we need to start taking more live calls. If you guys want to come in and yell at us, that'd be super duper. I don't see any live comments on my phone for some reason. Maybe that's my phone problem. My phone says we have 10 people watching. If you're watching, I love you. You're awesome. But some other talking points is back to the capitalism thing. Like, I found that like we're like forcing people to give money. I think that's stupid. And I don't like the fact that people use GoFundMe for everything, but I like GoFundMe itself, where people will go. Well, it's like conservative, compassionate capitalism, where everyone goes, hey, there's this horrible thing that none of us have enough money to do, but like $2 isn't a haircut for anybody, so we all pitch in $2 and we can fix this thing. The cumulative efforts of all of us can alleviate this horrible problem.
And that's one of the, I mean, that's free market, that's capitalism. It's, it's the best product, the best thing that people are most interested in will flourish.
Yeah, and then if it was the government, they would go, you're not sick enough, but you're like, you have this problem, or you're not fat enough, you have this problem, or you're not this. But I don't understand like a lot of this. What do we have pulled up here? Dave Grohl? Stop using GoFundMe, please. Or for for dumb stuff. Things that are dumb, please, says Dave Grohl. Doesn't he have a bunch of money?
Well, what's dumb? I mean, what does he consider dumb? What's he referring to?
Can we get context? What is he talking about?
Grow up or shut up. The fundraising website GoFundMe is intended to be a way for people to raise money for causes that matter to them most. Sometimes the reasons are legitimate.
Is your mic on?
No.
Can you read it?
Yeah, sure. The fundraising website GoFundMe is intended to be a better way for people to raise money for causes that matter. Sometimes the reasons are legitimate, such as people needing funds for life-saving medical care or rebuild them homes after it's been destroyed by natural disasters. But sometimes they're not, and in fact, there are so many that are just ridiculous. And I'm convinced the feeling of entitlement truly has replaced the concept of self-responsibility among my fellow humans.
So he thinks that the ones that he doesn't agree with are going to dilute the, I guess, contributions to ones that matter.
I would say that it's like it's like the boy who cried wolf. If you keep doing this stuff on bullshit, nobody's going to come help you when you really need it.
That's true, and it's like Dave Grohl's government. Like he's going, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Like who are you, dude? Like the people get to decide. This why okay. People are like, well, I don't understand. This is hilarious, and this is a beef I have all the time. People go, why is Nicki Minaj famous? Her music sucks. It's like, okay, her music is awesome. I don't like it personally. Her music is awesome because hundreds of millions of people say it is by listening to it, putting their attention forwards, and giving her money. Yeah. That's what makes it popular. That's what makes it awesome. By you hating her, it makes her famous.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. That's weird. Like music, like top 40. That's just like a genre of music.
It's all trash.
But I don't know anyone who listens to that. I guess I don't run in the same circles as people that would listen to that. But
I think it's youngsters. I think
know.
it's like every 5 years it turns out like young people who, don't want to fuck with the same stuff that their older brother does, and like they want to get their own new things. So everything changes and moves out, and then people get older and then move out of this like 5-year window where everyone decides what's cool. What's that 5-year window? Like 18 to 22 maybe.
Teddy Humphreys on the line.
Teddy Humphreys, we're gonna take a call, or he's on the.
Actually, no, in the chat. So if you want to say something to him on video.
Mr. Humphreys, thank you for joining us today.
the hump.
Glad to have you. I wish you were here to hold my hand. We don't have a caller yet, but
Chase is trying to call in right now. He says it's not working for him. But hopefully we get Chase Grant in here.
I like Chase. He's a good guy.
Chase owes me a little money.
What?
Owes me a little bit of money.
Really?
Yeah.
How much? Can you say?
I'm not gonna say. I'm not at liberty to discuss. But he placed a very foolish wager on his boy Conor McGregor.
I remember this. I thought that wasn't consummated. I heard that was not solidified.
No, it was. Me and Tom's was not. I was very
T.O.
when I made the
Mr. Donald.
when I made the bet with T.O. I wasn't. I guess I was a
In
little
your right
hazy.
mind?
A little hazy that night. I don't really remember. I thought that he and I had shook on the bet, but I was wrong about that. But Chase and I had, and yeah. So looking at you, Chase.
Pay up, Mr. Grant. Pay up. You might have to sell your goggles or your pointy cowboy boots. I actually hung out with him, Mr. Patrick Treftiller,
Oh, I like
and
that.
a sober T. O'Donnell, which was weird.
That was weird.
Weird. He didn't fall asleep. And Mr. DiCarlo. There was some live streams that people may or may not have seen.
Oh yeah, y'all were
Texas Group.
shooting pool the other night, right?
Yes, you were on the live stream. It was fantastic.
Yep.
We had a lot of fun. I answered some weird questions on live stream, but we had a good time. We met up at Witten's. They have the best mozzarella sticks and jalapeno poppers and pickle chips I've ever had anywhere. Fried pickles. You may be able to know someone who has better, but we had some beers and hung out, and then from there we went to this shitty place called Pockets. Trash hole. I loved it. It was awesome. We almost got in a fight with the bartender, me and Patty.
Was that who y'all were arguing with? That was the bartender?
No. We roll up to the bar because me and Patty got there. Can I have one of those? Me and Patty, me and Patricia, I like to call him. We basically. Oh, hang on, guys. 1 second. We basically got to this. We got to this place, and I'm there before any of the other guys showed up. So me and Patty roll up to the bar, and there's this bartender who's down in the end. And I'm not an asshole, so I don't do this. Because it's her job to know I'm there.
Never do that, by the way.
It's her job. It's her job to know I'm there. Don't be a dick.
Don't whistle at the bartender. Don't shake your glass. Don't.
Just relax.
Don't be an asshole.
This is as straightforward as you can be with the bartender. Watch this. That's as much as you should do. So anyways, we get there, and she knows us, she's finishing what she's doing, then she walks all the way down to the end, and she goes, hey, what are you guys drinking? And he goes, do you have PBR? And she says, nope. And he goes, well, do you have Lone Star? And she goes, nope. And I look over at him. I said, dude, shut the fuck up. I look at her and I say, we'll have 2 of your shittiest beers, please. And then she goes, Bud Light Platinum, $4 on draft. And I said, sure.
Beal Numbs, get them.
Sure. And he goes, what just happened? I'm like, I just ordered his beers. And then when they got here, thank you so much.
This is your coffee.
So anyways, we get our drinks, and he drinks it. He goes, what is this? I'm like, I don't know. And then he's like, what the fuck is this? And so she heard that, and she comes over, and she's like, what's wrong here? And he goes, oh, nothing. He's just talking shit to me, not to you. And she goes, he better be talking shit to you, and like walks off.
Ooh, a surly bartender.
I was like, whoa! And she was a ginger. She had curly red hair.
How old was she?
Probably 24.
Okay.
24, 26 tops.
Every dive bar needs at least one like surly broad behind the bar.
Yeah, and so I was wearing my Fred Perry, and I had my Wes is the Best hat that looks like a MAGA hat. And we had this guy roll up, and Patrick's wearing a Make America Free Again from the InfoWars, the blue one. Mm-hmm. And this guy walks by, he's like fat and drunk. He goes, I love that fucking hat, and like walks off back to the pisser or something. And we're like, okay, whatever. So then we go and play pool, and we're shooting pool or whatever. We were leaving. We're leaving. And I honestly, I feel really bad about this. This is so stupid. So we're walking out, and we're almost out the door. Almost. Everyone's like, hey, have a safe night, whatever. Like the big Samoan bouncer guy's like, see you later. We're almost out. And then the same drunk guy that said I liked his hat or whatever, he goes, hey, those guys are Proud Boys. And he goes, that guy's a fucking liberal cuck. He's Antifa. And we all go, Arr! And we all turn around, and we just start, like, laying into this guy. There was, like, 6 of us. We just, like, jumped this guy, and we're like, you're a fucking idiot. How would you do that? And then I'm like, wait, what are we doing? We're literally being what we complain that people are doing. I'm like, bro, like, we need to leave. Plus, it was, like, rolling on 2 o'clock, and we're all, like, blowing a 2.0. I was like, bro, we all have to leave before the cops show up. So it was
funny
interesting.
That, we're starting to get more and more recognized. I've noticed that.
Yep.
Like at one of the last meetups, a group of us, probably 15 of us or so, and our Fred Perry's rolled into a bar after a meetup, and a guy yelled like across the bar. He's like, "Holy shit, it's the Proud Boys!"
American Gardens?
Yeah.
Is it America Gardens or American Gardens? America Gardens. It's a cool jive bar. I like that. I like the little sumo thing they have on the side.
Oh hell! Just the other day, before work, I stopped at a bar on West 7th and sat down and. Was working on some stuff, just some extracurricular activities, writing shit down. I just sat at the bar, ordered a burger, and sitting there waiting on it. Well, the bartender comes walking to me, and she's got piercings, nose ring, blue hair.
What are you wearing?
I was wearing.
Is it pertinent to the situation?
No, not really.
Okay, then never mind.
But she notices my tattoo on my forearm. I have a tattoo that says Proud Boy, real big. And she comes walking by and sets on my drink. And she goes, so I take it you're a fan of Gavin McInnes. I was like, oh shit, here we go. I mean, she looks like
that guy.
She looks like just your typical not my president. I was like, let me guess, Trump is not your president. You know, she's got her blue hair and her nose rings and all that shit like that. I was like, yeah, actually I am. Pretty big fan, I'd guess. And she goes, whoa, well, me too. I watch all of his stuff on Rebel Media. Like I follow him. Like she's like, I'm sad that he left the Rebel. And
when are you going on a date?
Man, I was well, here's the thing. I was like, yeah, actually I am. Actually one of the founding members of the Texas Proud Boys chapter. We still have meetings here every month. Once a month we meet right just a couple of blocks away at Pop's Safari Room. Go there, leave them a 5-star review. They're very accommodating to us. Amazing. They rock it every time. They love us.
I love them.
Well, she then tells me that she's been trying to get her boyfriend to join the Proud Boys for about a year now. And I was like, oh, no shit. And I was like, well, send him over. Like, load him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, she works like right next door to me, so I need to get in touch with her. Recruit, get some guys in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and isn't that okay? What's the situation? Why does she want him to join the Proud Boys? Because he's like a beta or like.
No, he just aligns with us like politically. She's like, that's all of that stuff's right up his alley. Like he should be a Proud Boy. And I was like, fucking.
Should everyone be a Proud Boy?
Sign him up. I don't think everyone should be a Proud Boy. Some people shouldn't be Proud Boys.
Okay, yeah, maybe
there are Proud Boys that shouldn't be Proud Boys.
Yeah, let's not elaborate on that one. Maybe for another show. But No, I think that some of the behavior inside of the group, and the West is the best, is not a Proud Boys deal. It's like 10% Proud Boys shit. It just happens to be run by Proud Boys, so it's a relevant topic. But yeah, I don't know. Some of the drama in the pages is ridiculous. Like, we're supposed to have a gentleman, Timothy Kelly, and that didn't happen. I believe he bowed out for.
And they said he had to work.
I don't know him. I don't know anything about the situation, but I hear that it was an excuse. So we'll see. We'll maybe
I'll
give
give
him
the benefit of a doubt. He seemed interested in coming on.
We'll get him on again.
He
Maybe another
had to
time.
work. He's a busy guy. He's an MMA fighter and a stand-up comedian.
I wish him the best in luck of all of his endeavors.
Busy guy.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of cool people. Do we have Chase Grant available or no? No Chase Grant.
Still no Chase. He said he's gonna try to call from his laptop. He was trying to call from an Apple.
Looks like he came in, but something happened. Looks like he came in as CHAY.
So we're gonna try and get Chase on the phone again, because I really want to hear his beautiful voice. It would just make my day.
Love me some Chase.
He's connected.
Do we have any video of him? Audio?
His audio's not coming through at all. It just says
We're not getting him right now. That's okay. Maybe we can take a caller from the live audience. Maybe can we blast it out into the live chat and take something from somebody? Oh, audio. We have Mr. Grant's audio.
We'll see. We'll maybe give him the benefit of the doubt. He seemed interested.
Oh, I hear him.
Get him on.
I hear the show 2 minutes behind.
He may
Mr. Grant, are you with us?
What's up, girls?
Whoa!
Oh, hello, gorgeous.
Look at that cutie patootie.
What are you up to,
Oh, I
brother?
just woke up. I had my day off today, man.
Okay.
So, it's my understanding, Mr. Grant, that you are of the opinion that the Earth is shaped like a cookie. Is this true?
Circle. It's a circle. It's not a sphere.
So, but when you blow a bubble, isn't a circle the most stable form of an object? Isn't that true?
A sphere.
A sphere.
Yeah, but a circle's not a sphere, though.
Can you elaborate on the difference?
A ball. With, I don't know. I guess a ball's a ball, and a circle's a circle. Circle's flat like a pancake, like you said.
No, but that isn't. I don't know. What's
But,
on the other
you know,
side?
there's
Is there
people
another
who've
world
flown
that's on
like
the other side?
around the world? Like there's people who've flown in one continuous flight, like rotated. Oh, there's Tom.
Mr. Donald.
You just woke up. But did you guys spend the night together?
You guys sleeping together?
He's in my house.
We can only use this fucking stupid laptop to get on here.
That's an interesting painting.
Did he come over to wake you up, or did he?
He wiped the heroin drool out of your mouth. So no, seriously, let's get really real. Why do you think the Earth is flat? What got you there?
Oh god, I'm talking about a flat Earth.
Honestly, man, trying to debunk a bunch of flat earthers. I was like, man, you guys are fucking stupid. So I watched some shit. Then I started reading some shit, and then I couldn't really debunk it. And so then I kind of dove into it pretty deep. This is about like 3 years ago.
So you believe the world is a cookie for 3 years now. Have you
I wouldn't necessarily say a cookie. I believe the world's a ball.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a whole lot about flat Earth, the theory or the, I guess you'd want to say science behind it. So do you believe that at one point there's just an edge and it just drops off?
No, that's what fucking retard ball Earth people think. That what do you think, flat Earth? What are you gonna fall off the edge?
Well, is there an edge? Is there like how is there not an edge?
Well, I don't know.
Get there.
Who knows? I don't know. NASA doesn't know.
But what about people who have, orbited the Earth?
Yeah, how can you explain all the pictures from NASA?
There are people who have
But they're
orbited.
fucking- Pictures of NASA are fake as fuck, man.
It's fake.
Do you believe we've ever been to space?
Absolutely. I don't believe in space. No.
So okay, the world is flat and space doesn't exist.
Did we lose him?
Pretty
If
much.
space doesn't exist, then what are we seeing when at night? What are all those holes in the sky? Is that a blanket or something?
Stars, I guess.
No, like all the like any picture you've ever seen from NASA or any like you see those flybys where this is the satellite going over the Earth. You see like constant video, like a time. They call it a time.
Did it reboot?
Open it. Wes is the best intro has to come from located here, located in film. Wes is
I
the
heard
best intro.
that guy, that West guy, sucks dick for meth.
Motherfucker.
Nick's like, get on the phone, faggot. It looks so sexy next to each other.
Start making out.
That'll get the ratings up.
I'm not gonna go all fucking crazy here and get. I just want to get it kind of going right now. You guys keep an eye out on what you see above your head, so that we can get this right.
Tim Kelly. Wouldn't it be awesome to have enough money to travel all the people to all the people who challenge you to a fight on the internet? It'd be like a tour. I'd be kicking so much I'd be kicking so and so's ass in White Plains, New York on the 27th. Sell a tour T-shirt and get back to people who fought. So fucking gay. You're so
Fucking delusional is he?
We have a problem because it says that we're still fucking streaming.
Are we really streaming right now? That'd be hilarious.
The count is still going up, but nothing is going on. Yeah, it says bad.
Ask the people in the live chat.
Yeah, on the live broadcast, it's frozen exactly where we crashed.
The timing is coming up. All right. Let me shut all this shit down. Not sure what happened, you guys, but I'm gonna try to fix it. We're ready to shoot right now. If you guys are okay with the camera angle that you guys have.
I don't see anything on the TV.
Oh, sorry. There you go. How about now?
That's really bad.
You want closer?
It needs to be lower at least.
What do you mean lower?
You need to see more of the desk.
Roger that. How about a little bit of this and a little bit of that?
Yeah.
So let's do a little
I mean the
bit of this
TV down.
and a little bit of that.
Well, yeah, now it's crooked. Down, other way. Oh no. Up. This way. Yeah, I guess that works.
I can pull
Yeah.
that screen out from behind you a little bit, like this, and then put the camera back up.
Why do we always have to change this? Can't we just save it and leave it alone?
Yeah, I didn't save it. That's what I'm saying. I didn't save the fucking settings. I just kept
Well, shouldn't it have been saved from last time?
that's where it started. That's where we started out. Here,
Oh, then we moved the camera.
Here's where we saved it last time. How's that?
That's
You
right.
want more of the West show like that, right?
No, down. We're good. Go back to where it was. Yeah, right this one. Da.
All right. We're ready to shoot again. You guys just want to take a break?
Yeah. Let me. Let's find another guest.
I don't know what happened.
Look.
Here's what I do know.
Gross.
All right, guys. Just so you know, here's what I do know. When we took the first BMX call. I don't know if that was his coming through, but it literally kept cutting out the stream. The stream kept going, but it kept going red, yellow, which meant it wasn't solid.
bad.
Yeah. So it was telling me the BMX call stream was messing things up. We took that one for some reason. It was fine. first stopped working when I looked at an article.
Well, it's not the fact that we're doing too much shit, right? What's the fucking, was it YouTube's problem? Because we have the most gangster shit on the planet for internet, right?
Yeah, actually, our fucking internet is so badass, dude. Look at this. Watch this shit. It's like, it's off the charts, dude.
Our upload's like, what, 15? 7 is
our
recommended.
upload was about 12. Oh yeah, we did that. I mean, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. We moved it, and then
when they took it out to move it up, they set it down on the couch and someone fucking stepped on it.
Probably a dog. So our fucking download speeds were in the goddamn. It was over 100. Come on.
Oh, it went up.
Oh, it went so far. Once we hardwired in, see? We're Etherneted into this fucking shit, and I mean, it's
116 megabytes.
Yeah, that's insane. That's the only thing faster than that is like a fiber optic line directly from the fucking source. All right, and our uploads, 116. All right, and get it. We're only paying for 100, and we're getting 116. So we're getting typically about 12 is what I've been averaging for the upload speed, which is more than twice is what we need for the upload. They recommend 5. So yeah, we are flying, bro. Upload speed.
What was the problem just right now?
I don't know.
Click it. There's 6 people still watching it. How is that true? We're still live, is what it's saying. But we're not live, right? The live stream is shut down, right?
It says. Yeah, it says it's not live anymore.
Talk about their adventures. Their
and it's still doing that.
Shitty trash ass.
They had got going down there. They did a lot of work down there. Helped a lot of people out. And a lot of DFW guys go down there. A lot of the Houston guys contributed. I was telling you this a little bit earlier. I woke up today at 5:30 today.
It's better after it finishes uploading.
I saw this interesting article, and I think AJ has it.
It definitely always gets better.
It was on Good Morning America, I believe it was, one with Matt Lauer or whatever his face.
The good thing about it is that
a concept called Date the Frog, not the Prince.
Really
and so basically the whole concept is,
and as long as our audio is
the
good,
university,
on phone's gonna be good. It's just this.
Researchers at the University of Florida found that when men date kind of like works out that very few women are like, I mean, I'm not gonna say very few, obviously there has to be some level of physical attractiveness, but of course, women wouldn't be able to have a guy that's actually like smart and hold a conversation. If you make them laugh, that's a huge.
Trump's not against immigrants. You know, they go, oh my God, he's flip-flopping. He's not flip-flopping. He doesn't hate immigrants. He just wants it to be legal and he wants to get it done. That's it. Simple.
Well, no, I know. I'm just.
Oh no, they're all turning on him. No, they're not. It's just,
why do we have this?
I think that they're attracted to different things. Like the guy who's well dressed.
I think what's happening is.
Like, shit. I grew like
Mike is making a post that's
American. I thought about the
I
natural
had to turn
disaster
off
when he was going
that mic
between
mid-thing.
conservatives and Democrats. I find myself in the
If you
center, so
turn
I
it
heard
just
some
on
things what
automatically on now, the
let's
camera
have
mic.
money to do, but like $2 and a haircut for anybody.
Plus-
So we all pitch in $2 and we can fix this thing. The cumulative efforts of all of us can alleviate this horrible problem. And that's what it is. I mean, that's free market. That's capitalism. It's, you know, it's.
Yeah, see, that looks great. And that sounds good. Once it finishes its upload stuff, it'll look clear. That looks pretty good to me. We're supposed to say hi and go to the intro. Just kept going. I was like, go! Okay, so here's another shot. I'm just gonna leave that there. Guinness.
David McIams.
It says shit's still frozen, audio only.
So can you hear us?
Go ahead.
Oh, the mics are muted. So
People are placing $100 bets on this gentleman.
yeah,
Apparently, I don't know.
So I guess are we back live now? We're hot mic.
Hot mic.
Okay, so I don't know if you saw or I know you did saw it because we talked about it a little bit off air.
AJ, he fucked everything up. We're gonna try and fix it. I'm just kidding. I love you, dude. So we're gonna try and get Chase Grant back, or are we gonna do something else?
People are placing $100 bets on.
Can we turn that down? Because I can hear the audio 30 seconds late and it's throwing me off. So I think I've covered all of my notes, other than a comment. I was watching what's the bald guy? Joe Rogan. I was watching his Ben Shapiro thing where he was talking to him, and Ben Shapiro apparently didn't vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. Who do you think he voted for? Jill Stein or Gary Johnson?
Ben Shapiro.
I thought I voted Gary Johnson.
Did he not say? Or are
He
you
didn't
asking
say.
me, like,
He
guess?
didn't say.
You
Yeah,
gotta tell
guess.
me?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just asking you, sir.
I don't think Ben Shapiro would be dumb enough to vote for someone like Gary Johnson. If it wasn't Hillary or Trump, I'm gonna say probably Jill Stein.
Jill Stein. She's like a green earth, like loser.
Well, she didn't pretend to have a fucking seizure on TV as a joke about marijuana. Gary Johnson is like the best that the libertarians could offer, and that guy is a clown.
I like Austin Peterson, who's the first homo, and he's the youngest one. He makes sense. But anyways, he made a comment, Ben Shapiro did, on the Joe Rogan podcast. He was talking about how Trump is just a New York cab driver, and he's crazy and outlandish, and he has gold toilets and dates supermodels, and exactly what would you think would happen if you had a billionaire New York cab driver?
What's wrong? That's why we like him. He's just a dude who loves his country, and I mean, he was never supposed to mean. He was. Like it's been said a million other times on a million other platforms, like he was a grenade that we threw into the White House. You know what I mean? Like he's
100%.
He's meant to drain the swamp and tear it down and start it over.
This is how I explained it to. I had a African American female friend who's obviously a very staunch Democrat, and we had this conversation. She goes, "Why do you like Trump so much?" I said, "Because he's like a pit bull on a leash. We're like holding him. We're like, all right, we'll see what happens. Like I have no idea what's gonna happen." That's what people wanted, and people are like on the left. They go, "What are you talking?" It's like that's the whole point. We want him to come in there and destroy everything. Well, can you believe he put this guy who doesn't believe in climate change in charge of NASA? Yeah, he puts the person who hates that thing the most in charge of it, so they just start dismantling it. Mm-hmm. That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, smaller government.
Yeah, and so then, anyways, he was talking about how. What did he say? He was talking about. Sir?
Oh yeah, I do need that drill.
Oh, anyway, so Ben Shapiro, he was talking about a lot of different things in Trump and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know. I think that Ben Shapiro is incredibly smart. Would you say he's a paleocon or a neocon? I think he's a paleocon. He just is very, very... He's a water carrier for the Republican Party for sure. He, I think, is super, super, super conservative. He's obviously a Jewish dude. He married a girl who's literally from Israel. But I don't know. I think we see eye to eye on a lot of different things, but we have some issues on some stuff. Sorry, Ben, if you're watching, I love you. But yeah, I've expended all of my notes here.
What do you think about Gavin's list of things that he wanted to call his new show? I know we talked about it a little bit off air.
The West is the best.
He had a list of things that he wanted to call his new show, and one of them was West is the Best with Gavin McInnes.
Well, we're West is the best. His is the West is the best.
But still.
I don't think he would have considered it if he didn't see how popular the magazine is becoming and our show is becoming. I don't think he's going to steal it, but even if he did, he'd be like, fuck you, like, you're out of luck.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, it's not like it was a coincidence or anything. He's fully aware of our platform. I mean... We had Bob go to his show and speak to him in person. He gave him a hat. He was wearing our hat in Vegas.
At Westfest.
Yeah, in Westfest. He's wearing our hat. So, I mean, he's fully aware that West is the Best is already a thing. So, Gabbers, if you're watching, come on, man.
There's not an excuse, but obviously he can do whatever he wants. We're not going to change our name, so I guess if he decides to take our shit,
I think we should start going by the Gavin McInnes Show with Andrew and Wes.
That would be hilarious. We just like literally just verbatim script out whatever, like all the things that he says, and just do his same show, just like with our. That'd be fucked up. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think that I like Gavin. He's a cool guy. He's a good egg. I've never met him in person, but I hear he's short. He's a very short guy. How short is he? Very short.
I don't know.
Not sure. I thought he was.
I wasn't aware of that. I've never heard that about him
I
before.
thought he was like 5'8".
That's short.
Well, I'm 5'6". I thought like women think that anybody who's under 7 feet tall is like a loser.
I'm 5'9" and a half. So you can tell I'm insecure about my height because I put and a half at the end.
Well, I don't know. I think that it doesn't matter how bad.
But apparently that's well over the median height for Proud Boys. So.
What is the median height for a man? Like
I think 5'8" is the global
5'8"?
average. But
Global
I mean, that's
average.
the global average. That's like China and shit.
That's like China, and then like the Nordic, like
Even
9
Mexico.
foot Viking
Mexico's
people.
got a lot of short people in Mexico.
Well, yeah, like think about it, because it was all well, I think I've heard some shit where like people 100 years ago were shorter than they are today, which I don't understand. I don't think that makes sense.
And they're like 100 years behind us still.
Yeah. So anyways, no, like a lot of people in Mexico. Well, obviously the Spaniards came in, and the Indians. I think the Indians were like normal sized people, maybe a little bit bigger than average. But then the Spaniards, I think, were kind of like smaller people. That's why they had to wear the armor, and they had like the big dogs and like the big horses and shit. I guess Spaniards were. I'm half Spanish. I guess they were like normal height, maybe a little bit shorter. And so the Hispanic folks.
Is that the Ramos? Is that that's the Spanish?
Yes, sir. My father looks like a Hispanic person, and
So are you
he's
Spanish or are you Mexican?
Spanish. My father's full-blooded Spaniard. Both of his parents were Spanish, and both of their parents were from Spain. So I guess I'm third generation Spanish or
So
something.
he's Spanish with a tan.
He looks like a very white Mexican person, and he tans very easily. For me, that means
And he's
with
got a big mustache and
No.
he
Let's pull up a picture of my father. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't have any pictures online. No, but so basically what that means for me, because he married my mother. I have this weird story with my last name, if you're interested in hearing it. That's why I have these two beautiful last names right here. But no, so he married my mom, who's white. So basically,
cue the Randy Newman.
I have... I look like a white person, but I have the body hair of a very...
You look like a dead white person right now. It's the lighting. You don't look like that in person. Look at you.
I look super white, but when I do this, it's the shadow. Maybe it's because I have this huge bright light. Anyways, like I was saying, I basically look like a white person, but I have tons of body hair. Like my back and shoulders and chest.
You have a hairy back.
Dude, it's super hairy. It's super hairy. I've been with girls that are like, you need to shave your back or you need to shave your chest.
Ooh,
and
I like
shoulders.
your sweater. Does that come in a V-neck?
Yeah. So
I
I'm
have
like...
a hairy ass, but not a hairy back. And not a hairy chest either. I don't really grow much hair on my chest or back, but my ass is like a fucking jungle.
I have everything.
You know,
I'm
what's
a hair.
that? What's the guy from?
I have hair on all of my toes.
From is it Pip from Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe? Little goat guy from the waist down. He's a goat from the waist down. He's like a man from the waist up. Loosely based on me. Loosely.
Hilarious. Did you have the hooves too?
I have
Is that what you're
tiny
hiding
feet.
under
Yes,
those,
I have.
those nice Italian handmade leather dress shoes.
That's why I have tiny feet. That's why if I can't wear black shoes.
What
if I wear
size?
black,
What size shoes do you have?
I wear a size 8.
I have 7.
So
And
if
the
I wear
shoes I'm
black
wearing right now are
shoes-
6, and they're
If I
tight.
wear black shoes, it looks like I have hooves. It's pretty bad. These are actually.
Is that why you don't wear slip-ons?
Whenever my dress shoes, I always buy a little bit bigger, so because they look nicer.
Yeah.
They don't look disproportionate. My feet are disproportionately small, so if I wear a couple sizes too big, it actually looks normal.
Interesting. What I do is with dress shoes, I do that same thing. I wear a size maybe too big, and then what I do is I put a running shoe insole on the inside, and they fit me perfect.
Nice.
You should try that out and let me know how
I will.
it works.
Yeah, these are a 9.5. I just wore regular socks, cotton socks, and then dress socks on over the cotton socks, and they fit perfectly.
You should try the insole. The insole helps me out. So you guys over there, if your shoes are fitting loosely, put a dress shoe insole in there. The double sole, it works fantastic.
Also, I guess would help with the comfort.
Oh, it's exponentially
I think
more
these are
comfortable.
leather soles. Yeah.
Yep.
My other my dress shoe of choice is obviously, or not obviously. I guess it's not that obvious, but I like to wear Cole Haans. They have super comfortable
Yeah.
soles. I mean, they're like sneakers and dress shoes. These particular ones actually have a leather sole, but you know,
It's cool
I'm
when you buy
sitting
nice
down
shit
today,
because
so.
you can fix it. If you buy, like I always make this distinction between poor and broken. Like you can be a broke person and you can be a poor person, And I even make that same analogy when it comes to people. You can have a poor quality item, or you can have something that's broken. So if you buy something that's good quality and it breaks, you can fix it. If you buy something that's poor quality and it breaks, you're fucked.
Yeah, you got to throw it away.
If you like those, I suggested the official Proud Boy shoe or whatever, and everyone was like, "Fuck you."
Those leather boots, right?
Well, no, that was the handmade like English black suede leather derbies that I wear that I love. They're by Clark's. I think they're called Oxford something Derby or whatever it is. But no, they're amazing. Like the sole is crepe, so it's like this eraser type material or whatever. This is weird. I have to show you next time. And no, it's cool because the stitching goes in and out of the sole, so you can literally, if you wear them for 10 years, take the sole out, get it clean, and get a new sole.
Huh.
Like I paid $110 for it.
Nice.
And it'll last me for the rest of my fucking life.
I like that. But unfortunately, we do have an official shoe already. It's white Chuck Taylors. White Chuck Taylors are.
How do you feel about low tops?
I have a pair of black low tops. My white ones are high top. I prefer high top.
I feel like low top Chuck Taylors are for women.
Yeah.
I feel like Kurt Cobain set the standard with the high tops. I may be wrong. No offense to those who are wearing short. What are they? Chuck Taylors? Converse. That's what they are.
Converse All Stars. Yeah.
Converse All Stars. Weren't those the basketball shoes?
Yeah, people play. That's originally were made for like playing basketball in with zero ankle support or anything. I mean, they would. I can't even imagine. Have you ever jumped off of like a countertop wearing Chuck Taylors? It fucking hurts.
It hurts so much. It hurts so much.
So I don't know how people could possibly play basketball in such a unfit shoe.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I think it just kind of shows American fortitude, I guess. But I like your suit. Where did you get it? You guys a new suit, right?
Yes, I actually ordered this online.
I've always been skeptical of ordering suits online. How did it turn out?
It was all right. The jacket, I think, probably could have been a little smaller. I'm gonna have it hemmed up and a little tailor work done on it.
Do you have a specific tailor that you go to, or do you just wing it?
I do not. I haven't had anything tailored in a long time. I haven't had to have anything
taken in or anything. I usually go to Joseph A. Bank. I think I took my pants to get tapered, like make them skinnier and higher up, so there was a no break, so that way they're not all rumpled on the bottom. And I think they charged me $30 a pair, maybe.
That's not bad.
I don't know. I took 5 pairs in, and I know I paid like $220. It was worth it.
I'm a fan of Joseph A. Bank. I know other people hate on it a lot. Andrew Craig, see you out there. That camel hair jacket that I was wearing the other day, that came from Joseph A. Bank. That was Joe Banks.
Joe Banks.
Wasn't bad.
No, like you can get a lot. I did a little mini show on how to dress as a man, and I think that it's important to not dress like a slob, put your best foot forward. And people think it's expensive to dress nice.
But when you dress good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you're going to be. I mean, people who dress successful tend to be more successful.
100%. And then people will go, well, if I was more successful, I would wear nicer clothes. But that's not how it works.
Exactly.
You can't have the heat unless you put the logs. You have to chop down. You have to find a tree. You have to chop down the tree. You have to cut it into logs to put the logs in the fire. You have to get the lighter fluid. You have to get it to light, and then you get heat. It's all these ingredients that add up to success, and just being nice, having nice clothes, being positive, and all these things are a small part of that equation. So
yeah.
I don't know, sir.
I think there was I used to be a salesman.
What did you
years
sell?
ago?
I love sales.
Yeah, I did sales, and we did like cold calling, door to door, like just beating down doors and all that. We sold roofs.
Pavement pounding is fucking
sold roofs
hard.
to people. But a roof shouldn't be hard to sell. Everyone fucking needs one, and your insurance is going to pay for it.
Well, something
everyone has to have, and it's something they don't have to pay for. So,
isn't the strategy with people that sell roofs, you go to places that have recently been affected by problems?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And then you go, doc. Hey, you have this thing that's fucked up. Like my.
Oh yeah, we had a program on our phone. We track hailstorms and all that. As soon as a hailstorm area got hit by a hailstorm, we'd roll up and start pounding doors, leaving cards, all that stuff.
Yeah,
oh yeah. It got so flooded. Each hail season, the number of roofing companies actually grows exponentially. It's each year it's twice as many as last year. So they get so flooded now. There would be places affected by hail. Hail starts falling that night. We show up at 5 a.m. the next morning, and there's already 10 business cards on their doors. I mean, they're everywhere.
Wow, it's that aggressive.
They come out of the fucking woodworks. Because I mean, shit, each contract you signed, you'd make $2,000-$3,000. I mean, there'd be days doing sales where I'd make $6,000 before lunch.
Yeah,
and
I had a buddy of mine that was doing the same thing, except he wasn't doing houses. He specifically worked for car dealerships, and he would go to the car dealerships every time they got hit with a hailstorm.
For the cars.
he wouldn't just do one house. He'd be doing hundreds of cars.
Oh,
He'd
nice.
bring a team down there. They do them right there on the lot, fix their hell, and he was making bank.
Yeah, I always wanted to go.
But all he did was follow hailstorms around,
Yeah.
and he was specific in targeting car dealerships only, and not people's houses, not roofing.
But that's smart though.
It's working smarter, not harder, and all the cars are in the same spot. So he would just pull up, set up his whatever tent. They pull the cars in. He had like 2 people working for him, and I don't know how much the insurance company covers it all. But he'd work for 5 or 6 hours. And
Oh yeah, I would
like
make
20
friends
grand.
with people who were like property managers who own who owned like 8 or 9 different like rent houses that they owned and would manage the property and all
Sure.
that, and you know, make friends with them, and I'd get all their roof contracts and
I hear that's the hardest thing. I hear that's the hardest job in the entire world to do.
sales.
No, no,
Or
no,
roof-
no, no,
putting
no.
roof?
Like door-to-door sales.
Oh, it's
like
fucking
pavement
brutal.
pounding.
Oh, it's fucking brutal.
I've never done door-to-door sales. I've been in sales for
I wouldn't
2
say
years.
it's the hardest job. I've definitely worked a lot harder for less money.
I used
mean,
to work on cars. It fucking sucks. Everything's sharp and hot, and it sucks. But
well, up until 2 years ago, I was a transmission lineman. I built high-line power lines. For
Yeah.
I was 130 feet off the ground, surrounded by electricity and helicopters and cranes and all kinds of shit. Like
That's
that,
insane.
I would say that's the hardest job in the world. The hardest job that I've done, at least. I'm sure there's harder ones out there.
sure.
But
No
anyway,
offense.
where I was going with that was the guy who owned our company. He would make us listen to Zig Ziglar, this like motivational speaker, like
Yep.
awesome dude.
Yep, yep, yep.
And he would always talk about like the key to success is to dress for success. Like when you get up, shave your face, or clean up, trim if you have facial hair, fix your hair, make your bed in the morning.
Common sense stuff.
Dress nice. Dress nice. Dress for like the person you want to be.
No, and I mean like that's super important. There's a lot of in sales. It's so hard because especially when you're door knocking, and even if you're cold calling, it's like this is how it works, guys. You go, "Hi, my name is no." Hey, okay, well, my intention today is no. Like no. Like imagine walking up to somebody, needing something, going up to anyone and them saying no, I'm not interested. No.
Well,
No.
the thing
no,
is, there's
no,
already a predetermined, numeric number of people that will say yes. So every no does get you closer to a yes. So,
100%.
You have to sit there and just take the no's. It's kind of like picking up girls or doing
Yes.
anything else.
Yeah, everything. It's a numbers game. It's a contact sport, as I think Vin Diesel said it in the movie Boiler Room.
Isn't he gay?
I don't know. He's not married, is he?
I don't know.
He always has pictures on social media with like this really like mixed baby. Speaking of the mic, we can't hear you, sir.
I'm almost 100% positive that Vin Diesel is gay.
Can you look that up and pull up an article
We're just gonna pull up hearsay, but yeah, I can.
from a reputable a reputable? No, I don't know
See
anything
if you
about
can find
him
a
being
picture of him
homosexual.
with a dick in his mouth.
Yeah, 'cause,
Hugh Jackman too, right? Hugh Jackman's gay. Secret. I think he's
I saw him. I have
he's married
picture
to like
evidence.
an 80-year-old woman or something crazy.
I
Like,
have
he's got like a beard.
If
for
I
sure,
send you a
but-
picture, can you pull it up?
what do you mean?
If I text you or send you a picture, can you pull it up?
Yeah,
Okay. What's the easiest to do?
just text it to me.
Okay, I have a picture of Hugh Jackman at a spirit cooking event,
Oh,
which
send that to me on Facebook then.
everyone needs to see. Because you know about that spirit cooking?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Is Vin Diesel gay? Is Vin Diesel gay?
Here, talk while I'm trying to find
We
this.
can go through a bunch of images here, and that might help. Let's try this.
Ooh, it's played gay or not gay.
Gay or not gay?
With
Let's
Vin
see here.
Diesel.
Let's see if these images are gay or not. Let me add a desktop capture.
I'm like trying to filter through like these weird like.
Okie dokie. All right, so here we go. Vin Diesel, gay or not?
That's a tiny picture. Can you zoom in more? Oh fuck, I'm gay now. We need a
Weird.
gay guy to call. We need someone who's gay to call in because
I have a
they'll
gay,
be.
I have a gay buddy, but he's probably asleep. He lives in the UK, and he's like super staunch
Oh, Chase,
liberal.
Chase woke up.
Oh. Wah, wah,
Vin Diesel on
wah.
the rock here, kissing him on the neck.
I
Ooh.
can't find the picture. I'm just gonna look it up. Can you? And I'm just gonna look it up real quick.
There we go.
I think The Rock is like definitely like, ugh, this is weird.
Seems to be enjoying it.
We need a gay person to call in. Oh god.
Yeah, I have the picture, but
To call in and be able to verify because right, gay guys always know when other people are gay, right?
Well, apparently there's a mathematical equation where you can look at someone in the face and tell they're gay within 3 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, because okay, I've honestly, like, this is how I tell if someone's gay.
Oh yeah, Saul, that's a good idea, Teddy.
So basically, when I
Saul will
look
be
at
able to-
them, when I look at a gay person, or I look at a person, I can tell that they're gay, is because they have this overwhelming sense of happiness in their face, and I don't see that straight people have that sense of happiness.
So they're not getting their dick sucked 8 times a day.
Maybe that's it, but like seriously, like I see when I meet a person, I'm like, you're probably gay, like quickly, because they have this like genuine like happiness inside of them, and it's not like I have the Lord in my heart and so I'm happy. It's like no, they're gay. Like gay people tend to be happier when they are like all about.
We should have Solomon
being gay.
Call in.
I don't know who that is.
I heard that he's one of our Austin Proud Boys.
Do you want me to pull up? We'll try it again. If you want to give it to him, I'll pull up the number here for a PMX call.
Let's call somebody.
Video call. Here's the number. Control copy. Here's the number.
I have an official statement from Tim Kelly if you would like me to read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I sent Timothy Kelly a message. He was supposed to be on our show today, and I said hello, comma.
I mean, are you divulging a private conversation, or did he say that that's his official statement?
He didn't say this is. Okay, I might be stepping out of line here. I don't think there's anything inappropriate about this. I don't think he'd have a problem with me reading it. I said, hello, you're coming on the West is Best show today, correct? Question mark. He said, hey, bud, I sent Justin a message saying that I couldn't do it, though I had the day off.
Ooh,
but
now
I
he had the
turned
day off.
out I had to work 11 to 7. I still want to do it, so if you still want, I can do next Thursday, though.
Okay.
So I will be on vacation next Thursday, so Mr.
What do you think he does for a living?
Lefevre will be able to do that. I don't know anything about Tim Kelly. I have no idea who he is. Who is he?
He's a Canadian Proud Boy, but I don't
Canada
know.
still exists? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Are we
America's
still
hat.
are we still wearing them like a hat?
They exist for now. They're trying really hard to destroy their country. They're giving it away left and right.
I like how Justin Trudeau was like, illegal immigration is a something that should be celebrated and is awesome. And then all these people are illegally immigrating to Canada, and he's like, hey, could you please not do that because it's kind of a problem. Isn't that interesting where your moral superiority kicks in when something bad happens to someone else that you think that is beneficial?
What is it? Vicente Fox is releasing all these like videos online, all these viral videos of him, I guess, trying to be an internet celebrity now. We should pull some of those up, actually. And he's talked about Donald Trump and saying, like, fuck Donald Trump and fuck the wall and, oh, you're going to deport dreamers and, oh, you're going to deport 800,000 kids. How many kids have you deported from Mexico back to Venezuela and Guatemala and all that? Your southern Mexican border looks like the fucking Korean DMZ.
It is. There's like a huge military. There's like spikes, and it's like,
Yeah.
how tall is it? Like 50 feet tall, 30 feet tall.
Yeah,
something
and
like
you
that?
get shot if you're caught crossing.
They
and-
like seriously, like they are no fucking joke.
And
They
how many
hate
people? I mean,
Venezuelans.
I would love to know the numbers on that. Like how many kids have been deported or turned away at the wall by Vicente Fox whenever he was running the show down there?
It's so.
I'm
true.
gonna guess it was a lot.
It's so true. And I've always said this: you can't take it one way and give it another, right? Where you can't be upset when someone yells at you and then yell at them and then be upset when they yell at you. Like, that's not how it works. It's not how it should work. And I think that people that do that kind of stuff are stupid, and they're doo-doo heads. So, I wish we had someone to talk to on the phone. Do you have someone? Can you speak into the mic?
Here, I tagged Saul to call into the show, so we can play gay or not gay with him. He'll be able to give us more insight to the gay man's mind. But it's only noon here in Texas, so he's probably still asleep. I assume gay people stay
You're
up all
flying
night doing
in the studio.
poppers and partying and.
I don't know if the homosexual kind are more of a nightlife people. I would
Absolutely,
assume
it's
they
pure degeneracy.
are.
No, I'm just kidding, Saul. I love you. But he does live in Austin, so I know that Austinites do tend to stay up later and sleep in more.
Here we go.
Is this the video?
No.
Oh no, this is the.
Can you narrate it for us, like the Joe Rogan podcast?
Sure, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. It says, according to the figures, the Colombian officials, more than 1,400 Colombians have been deported from Venezuela. Deportees alleged maltreatment on the part of Venezuelan authorities. We all know that they're messed up down there. We get another one here. Let's see. Venezuela's coming here quickly. The applicants, there's a nice little chart for us.
What is that black line that goes?
That's the Venezuela line. So in 2014, that's what you see on the bottom left.
Yep.
In 2014, we were only accepting about, looks like 600.
Who's we?
America. And these are asylum seekers from Venezuela.
Into the United States.
And in 2014, there were about 600, 700. By 2016, 2 years later, we're at just below 4,000. So in 2 years later,
is that triple or double?
600 to 4,000.
Oh, it's octupled. That's a problem.
Wow.
That's people. Is that people from Venezuela coming to the United States?
Yes. And these other lines
they have to go
here,
through Mexico, right?
These other lines here. So this one down here, Mexico is this one right here. And Mexico is now where there are asylum seekers applicants. These are just applicants, people that apply. Is right at 4,000 in
so
the US.
That line right there, right?
No, that line is China. The top line is China.
So they're escaping the Republic of. So this is all immigrants into the United States from different places.
Yes, in the last 2 years alone. And all.
So the staunchest one is from Venezuela.
Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Venezuela. It looks like the biggest one is going to be Venezuela. It has one of the lowest and highest.
Oh,
well, no, because Mexico. Look at Mexico. Their line is right here. Here, let me do this for you.
Well, no, hang on. Wait. This is important. Isn't Venezuela the one that's now 100% socialist, like dictatorship?
Yeah, and they're in dire need of help.
Oh yeah, there's people that are starving.
So you're saying when they got rid of capitalism, everybody wanted to leave?
Socialism doesn't work. It didn't work for them. Not when people are greedy. Socialism works when people are willing to put in their own fair share. And when you got a country full of, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say anything bad about them because I know there's probably great people in that country, but I know that country is plagued with crime. It's plagued with drug cartels. It's plagued with corruption. There's a lot of people there that don't have their own country's best. They want to leave, and it's because of the environment there. So it's hard to really place what the biggest problem is there. We have Sal.
Here, I'm gonna say something before we go to Sal. The only reason I love America is because we're all about freedom, right? If one day America's like, hey, you can't do this, I'll take it somewhere else, bro. Like, I love America to death because we're all about freedom, but freedom's number one. That's just what it's about.
Saul! Is Saul?
Hey,
Sal?
what's going on, buddy?
Saul?
Saul.
Ooh, I don't have
Yeah,
audio.
Saul,
I can't hear you, brother.
Hello?
No way.
We can hear. We have you? Hello?
You have me? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just got back from West Fest.
Yeah? How was that?
It was fucking wild.
Yeah, I didn't know you were there, actually. That's awesome. Yeah, we can talk about that for sure. I was going to also have Stephen Hartley call in soon and talk about that as well. Did you meet my friend Stephen there?
It's a big blur. I think I've met everyone out there.
Yeah.
I can just really remember faces and
you remember Stephen, very handsome fellow from Philadelphia.
Oh, yes, I do remember him. Yeah,
those glasses, kind of dreamy.
Yeah, definitely dreamy.
So, for those of people who don't know that are watching, what is Westfest?
West Fest, we all showed up to Vegas on last weekend. It was, Gavin, Bass Stick Man.
Oh, shit.
Who else was there? A bunch of dudes from Utah. They were really cool. Some guys from Idaho, North Carolina. I mostly remember what cities. Fucking Canadian.
Put Proud Boys Austin on his lower third.
So you engaged in a lot of savory behavior. Nothing inappropriate or illegal. It was all above board fun stuff.
We lost his audio.
We don't have your audio. Hang on.
Our end, his audio still should be working, but on his end, we lost it.
Yeah, check your audio on your end, buddy. Hear him say "fuck."
Here we go. There we go.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So I imagine there's a lot of the LA guys because they're close by.
Yeah, I met a lot of the LA guys too, and they were really interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
Just because they live in LA, it's a weird part of the country to live in, California. So you can definitely tell the difference between like the coast guys, the New York guys, and the LA guys, and the guys in, like Texas and Utah, the middle of the country guys. Two different worlds for sure.
Right on, man. So tell us what happened day one. You landed. Y'all just hit the streets.
Day one,
like.
I heard there wasn't a
we got
plan.
there.
I heard Gavin was just like, "Hey, hang out and do whatever you want." Like,
yeah, nobody knew what was going on. So we got there Thursday. We got there early. Then Friday we met up with everybody at the Trump. So I showed up at the Trump Hotel, which is amazing, by the way. It's like off the strip, beautiful property, gold windows. Looked great. There's no casino inside, so it's just like nice, clean place.
no cigarettes.
Go in and I just eat like a sea of Fred Perry's.
Nice.
So I just walk over, and as soon as I got over there, everybody was just cool, drinking. Met the Utah guys right away. They were great guys. We all went back up to their room and just partied some more. That great room, great view of the strip. Everybody had a good time. We all ended up going to Old Las Vegas, Fremont downtown, and I'd never been there before.
That
and
Las
let's
Vegas is a shithole, isn't
Steven told me about that. He said that a bunch of guys loaded up and went to old Vegas, and I think he said it was like John Francis de Blasio and some other people, maybe, I don't know.
Everybody showed up. So next thing you know, we're all at the Golden Nugget, drinking, and
did you get
everybody
recognized?
came out of nowhere. Did I recognize? Yeah.
Or did
your
people
best
recognize
friend-
y'all? I mean, did non-Proud Boys recognize? Say, holy shit, it's the Proud Boys.
I heard some stories, but by this point, we were on some medication.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Things are just glowing and moving around, and we're just trying to make sense of what was going on.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, so we all partied hard. Levi, them showed up, your best friends.
Yeah,
And,
I heard he was there.
And everybody ended up going to the strip club. We split up into two groups. Some of us went to the casinos to go party some more. Then some of us went to the strip clubs. And, we were up all night till like 6, 7 in the morning. Met the LA guys. It was cool, man. We had to leave the next day, unfortunately. We had to leave next afternoon, so we missed all the gunfight stuff. Everybody looked like they had a good time. I wish
What
we
was
could
the deal
spend
with
more
that?
time
I know it was supposed like a staged grudge match between apparently Antifa and Proud Boys for the gunfight.
Yeah, I saw that.
Was
Yeah,
it real
it-
Antifa, or was it people on our side pretending to be Antifa? Like, what was the deal there?
It was our guys. Those dudes joking around. I wish there would have been some Antifa. I know there were some protests going on at the Trump Hotel on Sunday afternoon, but I don't think
Because
anything
you were there, or
good.
just because it was the Trump Hotel?
Just because it was a Trump Hotel. I don't think it was a retaliation of Proud Boys.
Do
I
they
think everybody was on their best behavior out there. I think they only got kicked out of the casino one time.
Did they think that Trump was there at that hotel? Like, why were they outside that hotel protesting? Because his name was on the building?
Yeah, that's probably the best bet. They've been I've heard a lot of protests been going on, and actually some guy tried to set 4 toasters on fire at the
Toasters?
Trump to try to, yeah. So there's some arson going on.
Who
a
doesn't
couple
like
weeks ago.
toast?
Do toasters burn well?
I don't think they did a very good job.
I mean, I think the whole purpose of a toaster is to get really, really hot without catching on fire. But, well, back to one of the reasons we called you. Do you think Vin Diesel is gay?
But I think Vin Diesel is gay. Yeah,
This is a
yeah,
cur-
definitely. I think
Definitely,
Vin
right?
Diesel's gay. And
He's
I
not
think we gave it
he's
away.
not bisexual?
I don't know. I mean, I can tell you he's a little fruity in the pants just because I saw him sing a song one time. I don't know. There's just something about guys and
I sang
singing
a
and
song
the
one
way.
time. Does that make me gay?
Yes.
I'd have to hear you sing. It depends on the
That's a good-
song.
that's
It's
a good
very well.
rebuttal, I guess.
What is the
You might,
context?
you
of
might
your
not
song?
want to sing.
That's interesting. I don't know. I
But
think
yeah,
maybe-
definitely.
I was told to ask you about Operation Hot Tamale. What is that? Do you care to elaborate on Operation Hot Tamale?
Yeah, so basically what we're going to try to do is get Antifa to play their hands early in regards to their protesting all these monuments and stuff. So what we want to do is is we want to get them to protest places that are pretty popular and they wouldn't get a lot of public backing behind them. So, for example, the Alamo. So what we want to do is get them to protest the Alamo and just drum up a bunch of negative support, have them play their hand early, you know, call it like a monument of white supremacy.
Well, I mean, they were fighting to keep their slaves at the Alamo, were they not? I mean, wasn't that the whole reason that Texas was wanting to secede from Mexico is because Mexico abolished slavery, and they were like, no, we're keeping our slaves.
So I'm not to be presumptuous, but you look at least 50% white. Do you mind if I ask you your ethnicity? You said monument of white supremacy.
Half Puerto Rican, half Mexican.
Oh, okay. Ooh. And you like Donald J. Trump? This is awesome, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't see a lot of... I have a good friend who is 100% Hispanic, and he's like, dude, Trump's the fucking shit.
I want to know, why is it called Operation Hot Tamale? What's the significance of that? Is that just a code word that we give things, or...?
Yeah, that's just the code word that we were using. Yeah, you know, coming up with the troll operations.
It's like
that's what we were best at during the election season, you know. So we really need to amp up the joking around, having a good time, fucking with Antifa. And not so much, you know, just meeting them with sticks, even though that's fun too. But we really should be fucking around with them.
You know what the weather forecast is in Mexico this week?
Snow?
Chilly today, hot tamale. No.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
The show's now.
I don't get it.
Right on, man. So Westfest was definitely a hit.
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of weirdos in our group for sure. And
there are. I think that the Proud Boys does absolutely attract a lot of I guess people who were misfits, I guess, kind of.
Yeah,
not
we're
really
all over the
accepted
place
in any other groups. They finally found something they connect with. So I think we got a lot of guys that came in that I don't know, just kind of wanted kind of a place to belong.
Guys that, there were some guys that you can tell they told us, they don't have a lot of conservative friends, where they're from. Some people are from real liberal places. It's hard. So, I understand it. Everybody's been there. We all got into the groups one way or another. But dude, I actually had like a really good time. It kind of made me feel better about all this drama and shit that's been going on in the group. Like we all got together and had a good time. And yeah, some people are fucking weird, but there are weirdos.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Animal gotta watch. I mean, that's what we were kind of meant to be from the beginning. Is we're the fraternity for guys that aren't necessarily fit in anywhere else. I mean, we're just kind of like a mix mash hodgepodge of guys that share similar views and sometimes share dissimilar views.
Yeah. There's a lot of heated discussion. That was cool. We saw a lot of people really go at it, just talking. Getting their points across on different issues, and we could do it without knowing anybody was really going to get butthurt and cry about it. You can say something to somebody, whatever. So, yeah, it was cool. I've never seen so much cocaine in my life. It was like a Scarface movie.
Nice. Is there any talks of a Westfest 2?
Yeah, everyone's already.
I thought there was already a date planned or something.
Yeah, next year they want to do it same time, same place. They're also talking about maybe getting together in New York sometime in between that and doing something out there. So people are talking. I'm definitely going to the next thing.
Maybe like an anniversary party of the election night or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think that's what Kobe was talking
America's
about.
new birthday. Like okay, Saul, we're running out of time here, brother. Do you have anything that you want to plug? Any gigs coming up? Any? Don't you DJ there in Austin?
Yeah, I do. Right now I'm just gonna DJ some weddings for some of my real conservative friends. So that's a good time. Just having a good crowd out there, people that I like. Nothing that I really want to plug.
I'm inviting myself right now.
Everybody out there, let's squash the beef. Unless they're really lame, and just make fun of them until they turn cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do to your brothers, especially in fraternity. You make fun of each other. If someone says something stupid or is acting like a fucking idiot, then we make fun of them.
You gotta do it.
Some people can handle it, some people can't. Right on, man. But, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for calling in. We'll have you back sometime for sure. Get some insight on things. Yes, sir. All right.
Later.
Man.
Thanks for being on.
Uhuru.
Bye. Ooh.
So
Solid's a good guy. Right on.
he seems like a good guy. I've never met him before.
Yeah,
He
he's
seems
awesome
nice.
dude. Austin guy. He goes to New York sometimes, I guess. He's been up there and met some guys. Definitely seen him up there before.
Have you been to New York? I've never been.
No.
I find
I was originally going to go for the election night party, but a guy that I worked with up and quit, and I had to cover all of his shifts. He was the other manager of the restaurant I was running at the time, and he literally just walked out and quit. So I had to work like about 15 days in a row.
what a douche.
Yeah.
What a fucking
Burning
douche.
bridges.
I've heard a quote that I kind of like that is, "May the bridges that burn light the way." And I don't know. I kind of agree with the statement. I also like the statement. I think it's from a hardcore song. No regrets, only memories. I like both of those things.
Cool.
But I guess we've been winding it up. We're over an hour and 30 minutes, something like that, plus our little hiatus of craziness due to a technical difficulty that was unforeseen by any of us.
And that was Chase Grant with his flat Earth shit. Just fucked up the entire system.
The computer and our internet said, hey, you know what? The Earth is completely a fucking sphere, a circle, a perfect sphere, and you need to get your cookie Earth shit out of here. So thank you guys for tuning in so much. We really appreciate your attention. You know, we know that you could be watching anything, and we appreciate your attention. And I hope you continue to support westthebestmagazine.com. Go and spend all your money there, because all the money that you spend there goes back into making better stuff. And support TrueTube Media, the wonderful platform that we're able to be bringing this to you on today. And hopefully you guys are able to support us through our new venture. If you want to come on and be a guest, or you have a topic that needs to be discussed on here, I think we're doing a show on Saturday, or at least maybe. We'll see what happens. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. So
Also, I'd like to see some more people sign up for the meetup this month. We're going to try to do Oktoberfest in Fort Worth. That'll be a good time.
Yep.
So get on the page. I believe there's a link to it on the main, or on the main Texas page,
DFW.
and on the events under the DFW page. So sign up. Get the details. I don't know if we're going to do our official meet that day or what. But I think that's kind of what we're aiming for. But get some guys together, drink some beer, do some dancing to the Clark Griswold slapping and headbutting and all that stuff. It'll be a good time.
I won't be there. I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks on Monday, driving to the shithole desert in El Paso and spending some time with some wonderful family there. So Mr. Lefevre here is...
For a rehab, right? For your sex addiction?
Yes, 100%. I'm going to
Andrew
go
is
to
a sex addict, and he has to go to the desert for 2 weeks and do some peyote and really ground himself.
Yep.
Do one of those sweat lodges, maybe.
Yes.
Get it all out of his system.
It's all booked out.
Sweat all
About.
all that cum out. Then he's just
Yes.
he's up to his eyeballs, folks.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right on, man. We'll see you guys next week or possibly Saturday. Thanks for tuning in, and
Thanks,
catch you
guys.
later.